favourite trips there is in Australia. It's the Nullarbor Plains. Basically though, it's 1,600 kilometres between here and we cross over to South Australia. Near the Eyre Peninsula we'll end up. But yeah, I don't think there's anything on there. I think this will be even less so than the Queensland Outback journey going to Alice Springs. So I think it's going to be quite long and boring, but we'll see what there is. We have been told about a few cool things, so we're going to check them out. But past then, we really don't know what to expect. So we've come to Dundas, kind of in between Dundas and Norseman. And that is, well, Norseman is right at the start of the Nullarbor road, but all around here, way back whenever, was known for its gold mining sites, and now you can do a heritage trail which takes you through where they all were. So we've come to a spot here, it's called a headway or something, I'm not quite sure, but a little bit further on there are some actual mine sites that you can look at and kind of see down into. So this is a head frame, and essentially what it was, it's just something to lift the ore up from down in the mine and get it to the surface, but it was transported over from another mine because it was cheaper to do that than build a whole new one. It's kind of cool though. Like it's just really interesting to see the industry that was once here. This is one of the mine shafts. Oh, I could not imagine working down something like this. You're not supposed to be in here, but we're going in a little bit anyway. Oh.
Cold down there.
Yeah, it's really cold. Ooh. Oh, I don't want to go too much further. It's freaking me out.
What?
I did not want to go down too deep. It gets dark so quickly. Obviously, it's on the ground. But yeah. Oh, I could not imagine working down there. My goodness, this one is tiny. Oh, I just think snakes when I see something like that. Won't be looking in that one any closer. Yeah, so far, just a really long straight road. I think this is pretty much it for the Nullarbor. We know there's one more cool thing that we'll get to tomorrow because it's too late in the day to get there today. But yeah, just another long road through the countryside essentially. So what we're driving through right now is actually a landing strip for the Royal Flying Doctors. So let's hope there's no planes coming. So it might feel like we've just been going in a straight line for the last however many hours, but this is officially a 90-mile straight road, Australia's longest straight road. So it's gonna be even more tedious perhaps than it already has been. But it's pretty cool, buddy. So it's another day on the Nullarbor today. We've just come 45 minutes up the road. We were actually going to camp here, but apparently there's some sinkholes around that are kind of cool. Just don't exactly know where. We're just kind of walking and hoping we can find them. But we're most likely actually going to be crossing over into South Australia today because it's only about 5 hours away, and we might as well. Now when you go across the border into South Australia, you've got to get rid of all your fresh stuff because they will fine you. It's just a way of controlling like all the bacteria and the bugs and stuff, so the crops in South Australia don't get infected with those. And unfortunately I think it has happened before, so it's just a way of controlling it, but they are very strict, so make sure you don't have anything in your car. We found it! Oh man, it is deep. Oh, yeah, that's quite deep. Gotta be careful though, because it's literally just like, there's the pathway, there's the massive hole. But yeah, that's all we know of interest on the Nullarbor. Just another probably 8-9 hours worth of the Nullarbor to get through. We're actually listening to a Harry Potter audiobook. Really good idea if you want to kill time really quickly. So we're about 10 kilometres from the South Australia border, but we just come to this incredible lookout. It's really cool. I didn't realise how close to the sea we would be. Look at that. Beautiful. Nice to see something. South Australia! Across the border. A bit confusing though, because there's quarantine, but there's no quarantine if you're going to South Australia from Western Australia. It's just going into Western Australia. So we're not really sure what to do. There's no bins or anything. I might speak to someone and see if we can figure it out though. We've actually been to South Australia before. We did a little bit of farm work there before we left because we got fed up of working for them. But yeah, it's really great to be back. It's actually a beautiful, beautiful state. It's quite a rugged coastline. Can't wait to see some more of it. And just to add to the border crossing randomness is a giant kangaroo holding a jar of Vegemite. And one of those sign things. Oh, I just don't get it. Australia is so weird. There you go. So as soon as you get across the South Australia border, well, from WA to South Australia, you come across the Great Australian Bight, which is a massive marine conservation area, and the views are incredible. So after a really long day of driving, we've actually reached the town, or you cannot call it a town, it's a petrol station, but the place that is actually Nullarbor, on the Nullarbor Plains, and there's a sign just there that says this is the Nullarbor Plain, and it's a treeless plain, and if you look all the way around, it is so flat, and yeah, there's just like little shrubs, there's nothing tall at all, you can see for miles. We've got the most beautiful sunset. I had a shower this morning back at the roadhouse, and it's kind of cool here. They got the old roadhouse here. It's really strange. Imagine it being just this and nothing else. Crazy. This is a small town Australia. This morning we've got a truck of sheep to keep us company. We've come to the Australian Bight Whale Watching Centre. Apparently there's been 40 whales spotted in the bay here, so I'm really hoping we see some. It does cost $16 each to get in here, so we really are hoping we see some. There's not really much of a whale centre either, it's mostly just a cafe, so that's a bit of a rubbish kind of like ploy thing. But hopefully we get a good view. Oh my gosh, there's loads and they're so close. $16 well spent. I'm so glad. Wow. You can hear it. That close. I can't imagine ever seeing them that close. You're not even allowed to get that close if you're on a whale watching tour, so that was such a privilege, and there were so many of them. So the Australian Bight is actually an area where they come to breed, so that is why there's so many here. It's just really sheltered and protected, I assume, and just a safe place for them. Much of our trip in Australia in South Australia, that when I think of the coastlines of Australia, I do think of this kind of style.